Unit 8, Exercise 6, Parts 1 and 2. Part 1.
Good evening.
Hello. Can we have a table for two, please?
Did you make a reservation?
No, we didn't.
Well, yes, we have a table. Over here, please.
Thank you very much.
Jenny, would you like to sit there?
Yes, that's fine.
Part 2.
What would you like to drink?
I'd like a soda, please.
And you?
I'll have the same, please.
So 2 sodas. Are you ready to order?
Yes, I think so. Jenny, what would you like?
What's the soup of the day?
It's tomato soup.
Okay, then can I have the vegetable tart, please?
And your main course?
I'd like the salmon with a salad.
Very good. And you, sir?
I'd like the shrimp cocktail to start.
And for your main course?
I'd like the steak, please.
How would you like it cooked? Rare, medium, or well done?
Medium. With some French fries, please.
Certainly. And do you want tap or bottled water?
Bottled, please, for me.
And me too, please.
Part 3.
How was your meal?
Very good, thank you. My salmon was delicious.
Would you like to see the dessert menu?
No, thanks. Could we have the check, please?
Of course.
Is service included?
No, it isn't.
Part 4.
It was a great meal. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye. See you again soon.
Unit 8, Exercise 9, Part 1.
Chef can't eat his own food. A chef with a fear of food eats only cookies. Andrew Forster is a chef in an Italian restaurant in England. He makes delicious food, fish dishes, sauces, pasta, and desserts, but he can't eat any of it. He has a fear of food. When I was 18 months old, I stopped eating, says Andrew, the 27-year-old chef at the Sale Pepe restaurant. Doctors told my mother to give me nothing to see what I would eat, but I only ate cookies. He eats 2 packs of cookies a day, and sometimes some toast, some chips, and some cereal for breakfast. If I just think of eating other food, I feel anxious, then I feel sick. Andrew trained for years to be a chef. I know exactly what foods go well together. When I'm in my kitchen and I make something, I think, this smells delicious. I'd love to taste what I cook, but I can't, he says. Other chefs tell me if it needs more salt or more sugar. This fear makes life difficult for Andrew and his girlfriend, Caroline Lister. We can't go out for meals with friends, she says, and we can't go to friends' weddings either. Andrew would like to eat everything like other people, but it's not possible. Andrew appeared on a TV program called Freaky Eaters. He is now getting help from a psychologist and a food expert to help him try different foods. Also on the program was a man who only likes eating meat. Unfortunately, his girlfriend is a vegetarian, so they can't eat together. Other people include a man who doesn't like eating hot food, a woman who only likes eating French fries, and a boy who lives on jelly sandwiches.
Unit 8, Exercise 10, Part 2.
Chicken, yogurt, potato, orange, broccoli, tomato, strawberry, raspberry, banana, sausage.
Unit 8, Exercise 12. 1.
I'd like some flowers, please.
What kind of flowers do you want?
Sorry, what do you mean?
Who are you going to give them to? Your wife? Someone at work?
Oh, now I understand. I want them for my wife.
Okay. How about some beautiful roses?
Great. How much are they?
2.
Can I have some aspirin, please?
Do you want a small box or a large one?
How many are there in the large box?
24.
No, that's too many.
There are 12 in the small one.
12 is enough, thanks. I'll have that one.
Unit 10, Exercise 8, Parts 1 and 3. 1. Jason.
I'm a journalist, and I like Twitter because it's the fastest way to spread news and information. It's immediate. I love hearing people responding so immediately to world events. We can discuss the news in real time, while it is happening, before it is on TV or in the newspapers. I think Twitter's important because often when a story begins there, it becomes the most important news story of the day.
2. Mary.
I'm a librarian, and I like Twitter because I can tweet about topics that interest me, and I can find other people with similar interests. For example, I'm a vegetarian, and I heard the Beatle Paul McCartney is a vegetarian like me. I heard him talking about his idea for Meat-Free Monday. He wants everybody to stop eating meat just on Mondays, which I think is a great idea. There were so many tweets about it. Most thought it was a good idea, more healthy for people and the planet. But then there were farmers who were really angry about it. Anyway, it was a really good discussion.
3. Ken.
I'm a history teacher, and recently we had a conference for history teachers, and I advertised it on Twitter. I'm sure that's why so many teachers came. But before the conference, I met and discussed things on Twitter with a lot of them. I knew their names, but not what they looked like. Oh, so you're Jane, or Ted, or John. Really nice to meet you finally. It was great to meet other tweeters at the conference and put faces to names. We already knew each other's problems and could continue the discussion face to face. I think it helped a lot, and we still keep in touch by email, and also on Twitter, of course.
4. Donna.
I'm a marketing director, and Twitter gives me the chance to talk to people from all over the world, both formally and informally. Sometimes I tweet people who are in the same line of business as me, and it's exciting because I'm learning about different countries and cultures. It's great. I'm making friends with strangers, and the conversations are both serious and not so serious. I like to think that one day I'll meet some of the people I talk to. Maybe some will become my friends.
Unit 10, Exercise 11. 1.
Can I help you?
I'm just looking, thanks.
2.
Dave and I are getting married.
Congratulations! That's great news.
3.
Can I speak to Jenny, please?
I'm afraid she's studying right now.
4.
I forgot your birthday, sorry.
Don't worry, it doesn't matter.
5.
I can't go out tonight. Sorry.
Oh, that's too bad. Another time.
6.
The printer isn't working.
It's because there isn't any paper in it.
7.
Have a good trip.
Thanks. It was great seeing you.
8.
We're going out to a restaurant.
I hope you enjoy your meal.
9.
It's Dress Down Friday tomorrow.
What does that mean?
Unit 11, Exercise 6, Part 1.
Rocking around the USA. Noboru Suzuki and Roku Ito come from Tokyo. They became best friends at school when they discovered they were both crazy about American music. When they were 16, they started going to concerts all over Japan. It was their dream to one day visit the U.S., the home of the music they love. The friends are now 22, and they're planning a trip to the U.S. They're going to travel from one home of jazz to another, from Louisiana in the south to New York in the north. They're beginning their trip in New Orleans, where it's Jazz Fest week. Last year, about 400,000 people attended the festival. Noboru and Roku are going to stay in the French Quarter of the city. "It's so exciting," says Roku. "We're staying near Bourbon Street. It's famous for its jazz clubs and nightlife, and it's only a 30-minute walk from the festival." From New Orleans, they're going to drive north to Memphis, Tennessee, the home of Elvis Presley. They're going to visit Elvis's house, Graceland, which has over 600,000 visitors a year. Only the White House gets more visitors. "I can't believe we're going to see Elvis's house," says Noboru. "We're staying in a hotel, and there's a 24-hour Elvis movie channel in every room. Isn't that fantastic?" After Memphis, they're driving further north to Nashville. There, they're going to listen to live country music, but they're only staying there 2 days. Roku doesn't like country and Western music very much, so we're moving on to Cleveland, Ohio, says Noboru. "Did you know that Cleveland is where rock and roll got its name? A DJ there named it on his radio show in 1951. Amazing!" They are finishing their trip in New York because that is where so many musicians love playing. They are hoping to visit a lot of jazz clubs in Harlem and Greenwich Village. "We can't wait. It's the trip of a lifetime."
Unit 11, Exercise 7, Parts 1 and 2.
So, you're going to visit Graceland. You're so lucky.
Yes, I know. We're very excited.
Where are you going to stay? In downtown Memphis?
No, we're going to stay in a hotel near Graceland.
Wow, really?
Yes, it's called Heartbreak Hotel.
Of course, like the song. And what happens on the Graceland tour? What do you do first?
Well, first we're going to have our photo taken in front of the famous music gates, and then we go into the house.
Uh-huh, then what?
A guide is going to tell us the history of the house while we're in the entrance hall. And then we're going to see Elvis's living room and his music room.
And what's in the music room?
There's a television and a piano. We're going to see the piano that Elvis played himself.
Amazing. And can you go everywhere? Upstairs and downstairs? Are you going to see his bedroom?
No, upstairs is private. But we're going to see his basement after the music room, where there are 3 televisions. He liked to watch 3 TVs all at the same time.
Really? That's strange.
Next, we go to a room where we're going to see all his gold records and a lot of the clothes he wore when he was performing. Then, there's another museum where we're going to see his collection of cars.
Wow. How many did he have?
Oh, a lot. He loved cars. And there are also 2 of his planes.
His planes? This museum is enormous.
Yes, it is. And finally, we're going to see his grave where he's buried.
Oh, how sad.
Yes, it is. Then in the evening, we're going to watch a video of one of his concerts. And we're going to eat in the Rockabilly's diner and have his favorite meal, which was a cheeseburger and fries and a peanut butter and banana sandwich.
Well, that sounds like quite a day. You're going to have a good time.
Yes, you're right. We really are going to enjoy it.
Unit 11, Exercise 8, Part 3. 1.
What's the weather like today?
It's warm and sunny.
2.
What's the weather like where you are?
It's cold and wet.
3.
What was the weather like yesterday?
It was cloudy and cool.
4.
What's the weather forecast for tomorrow?
It's going to be hot and sunny.
Unit 11, Exercise 9, Parts 1 and 2.
Tim, it's a beautiful sunny day again. What should we do today?
Why don't we go to the beach again? I'd like to go swimming.
But we went to the beach yesterday and the swimming pool the day before. Let's do something different today.
What are you thinking of?
Well, we could go into town. Why don't we catch a bus after breakfast? We can have a look at downtown. And I'd like to look at some stores.
Oh, no, not shopping.
I just want to buy some postcards and some souvenirs, that's all. It won't take long, I promise.
Well, okay. Then after that, we can go to the old part of town and find a restaurant for lunch. What do you think?
That sounds great.
And then in the afternoon, we can go to the beach. And I can go swimming.
Perfect. Let's go and have some breakfast.
Unit 12, Exercise 8, Part 1.
Simon Murray, 3 lives in 1. Author, businessman, adventurer. Simon Murray has been all of these in his life. Now in his 70s, he is looking for more adventures. The author. Simon was born in 1940 in England. In the 1950s, as a teenager, like many teenagers, he suffered a broken heart. Unlike most teenagers, he dropped out of school and went to join the French Foreign Legion, a special unit of the French Army that allows foreigners to join. He rose to the rank of Chief Corporal before leaving in 1965 to go and live in Hong Kong. In 1978, Murray published a memoir of his years in the French Foreign Legion called Legionnaire, an Englishman in the French Foreign Legion. In 2002, the memoir was made into a movie called Simon, an English Legionnaire. The Businessman. It was in Hong Kong that Simon began his career in business. He worked for or ran some of the world's most successful companies in Southeast Asia, including Jardine Matheson in the 1970s, the Deutsche Bank in the 1990s, and the Vodafone Group plc. The Adventurer. In 2004, when he was in his 60s, Simon looked for a new challenge. His wife Jennifer was the first woman to fly a helicopter solo around the world, and so her suggestion for a challenge came as no surprise. At the age of 63, Simon became the oldest man to walk to the South Pole. Simon lived in Asia for 40 years. Now he and Jennifer live back in England. They have been married for 43 years. Simon says that his marriage has been his longest and greatest achievement. These days, their 3 children are trying to stop their parents from having more adventures, but the couple simply say, "We're not listening."
Unit 12, Exercise 9.
Simon, you've had a very successful life.
Yes, I've been very lucky.
Now, I know you were in the French Foreign Legion from 1960 to 1965. How did someone born in England end up joining the French Foreign Legion?
Well, there was a girl I liked, and she liked me, but not enough, and I was really upset. Then I read about the French Foreign Legion, and a week later I signed up for it.
Clearly, you are someone who likes a challenge. What was your day-to-day life like as a Legionnaire?
I think we have this romantic idea that it's all riding camels across the desert, but it was nothing like that. The training was very difficult. I was the only Englishman. There were no telephones. I didn't make a phone call for over 4 years. The day always began at 2 o'clock in the morning, and often we began the day marching for about 15 miles, sometimes 25 miles. Every night you slept somewhere different. Sometimes we were walking 6 days in the mountains.
You were very young at the time, weren't you?
Yes, I was only 19 years old. But it's amazing what you can do when you have no choice.
Did you make any friends?
Not really. There were so many of us. In my day, there were 25,000 legionnaires with 52 nationalities. Today, the Legion is 8,000 with 156 nationalities. They have 197,000 applications every year. They interview 5,000. And they take only 500. It's pretty difficult to join.
You wrote a book about your time in the Legion, which was made into a movie called Simon, an English Legionnaire. Did the movie get it right? How close was it to how you remember it?
I think the book got it right. I think the movie was a little Hollywood at the end, but it's okay. I liked it because it's about me.
Since leaving the Legion, you've had amazing success as a businessman. You've worked for some of the world's most successful companies, such as Deutsche Bank in its Asia-Pacific division, and now you are a director of Vodafone plc. And you've walked to the South Pole. These are extraordinary achievements.
Are they extraordinary? I think my life's been different, but not extraordinary. I don't think everybody does things my way, but I've enjoyed it. It's been very exciting.